If you're struggling to make sales, it's not your product, it's your audience. A loyal community is the secret to consistent income, and today I'm going to show you how to build one that actually buys from you. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to be revealing the biggest mistake that people make when it comes to building an audience, and it's probably costing you sales right now. Before we dive in, if you want to start creating passive income but don't know which digital product to sell, grab my free passive income guide. It breaks everything down for you step by step. Make sure to click the link in the description. So why is building a loyal community so important? Well, when was the last time you bought something from a complete stranger on the internet? People don't buy from strangers. They buy from people that they trust. Now, when it comes to our audience, that's why it's important to have people who trust us in our audience. And so that's why people can have hundreds of thousands of followers and they never ever buy from them. They're not making any money at all. Whereas you can have really small businesses, really small creators who have sometimes less than 100 subscribers and are making sales consistently. What's the difference here? Well, I'm going to be going through all of the differences within this video. But the main one I want to talk to you about is actually this loyalty. It's about having people in your audience who trust you to do what you say you're going to do. When you have a loyal audience, it reduces the need to keep promoting to your audience. And let's face it, none of us like to be constantly sold to. When you have a loyal audience, they actually want to buy from you. And so the second that you drop something, the second you say, hey, I have this thing, do you want it? You immediately get people lining up to buy it from you because they are your loyal audience. Think about your last online purchase. Did you buy from somebody that you followed for a while, or did you buy from a complete random ad? Now, don't get me wrong, random ads do work. That's why using ads as a marketing strategy does work. However, when you're first starting out, it's actually quite difficult to do that. So I want you to think, what was the last thing you purchased, and was it from an account that you were already following? Or let's take it one step further, maybe you weren't following them, but you saw that a bunch of people that you knew followed them. Did that do anything to increase your trust in that brand? So let's have a look at some of the mistakes that people make while they're trying to build their audience so that they can make sales. Well, first of all, a lot of people, when they're first starting out, they just post without a purpose. They just post whatever they think without properly knowing their niche, without properly knowing their audience. I've seen some people out there who just constantly post sales posts, who are constantly trying to sell something when they've not done anything at all to build up that trust with their audience. So all people are doing when they're like that is they're just posting, they're just creating noise, but they're not building trust. And one of the rules that I like to go by when it comes to selling is 80-20. So 80% of the time we're giving, 20% of the time we're selling. That way we're giving more than we're selling, and we're also building up that level of trust with our audience so that they don't feel like they're constantly being sold to. But when we do finally sell to them, they've had a chance to get to know us. They've had a chance to get to see what we're like, that we're actually providing them with helpful information. We're actually helping them out. And then when we offer them something to buy from us, well, hey, it's pretty much a win-win situation because you're saying, well, I like this person. The stuff that they've already told me works. Now they're offering me something. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll buy that. So when it comes to building your audience, focus on fixing problems for them. Focus on showing yourself as the authority, that you know what you're talking about. And also share wins. Share your own wins. If you haven't had any clients or any buyers yet, share your own wins because you should have your own wins when it comes to what you're selling. Another problem that I see people have is that they get so stressed about trying to be on every single platform, whether that's social media, YouTube, Twitter, all of the places. They try to be on every single platform and they get stressed because trying to create that amount of content for that amount of platforms does take a lot of time if you are doing it yourself, which I imagine you would be. You're not going to have a team of people doing this for you. So my recommendation is to focus on one platform at a time. dominate that platform, win on that platform, have a really engaged buying audience from you on that platform before you then try to dominate a second platform. So always focus on one platform at a time. But make sure when it comes to choosing the platform that you're going to be on, that your buyers are actually going to be there. Now, for me, I've had a lot of success with Facebook and Facebook groups. Instagram, not really. I've had some success, but I've not had a lot of success. And that my audience was there. And actually, as it turns out, my audience was there trying to sell to other people. So they weren't there for themselves. They weren't spending their time on that platform in order to engage with me. They were going on that platform doing what I was doing, which is building an audience to sell to, but they weren't interested in being a part of someone's audience. And so we need to have a think about, well, where is my ideal buyer going to be hanging out online? Wherever they are, wherever they spend the most time, that's where you need to be. This is why I decided to start a new YouTube channel and actually focus on posting helpful content here, because actually when it comes to people looking for help, scrolling Instagram, scrolling Reels, quick 3-5 second clips isn't really teaching you anything, whereas my people actually want to learn how this all works, and you have to do that in long form video, and that's why I decided to come to YouTube. Now for you, Instagram might be perfect for you, or TikTok might be perfect for you, or LinkedIn, or Facebook, or email marketing, or blogging, or any of the other platforms out there might be perfect for you. But this is why it's important for you to know, where is your ideal buyer hanging out? The next mistake that I see people make is completely ignoring their community. So they'll post something and people will post comments, people will ask questions, they might DM them, they might email them, and then they just get ghosted by the creator. And that's why when I always say, if you comment on my videos, I will always come and read your comments and respond to them. Even if I can't answer your question, if it's something unrelated to what I do, I will still answer your question, because it's so important that you build those relationships with your community, with your audience, so that they actually feel like there's something more here. It's not just somebody trying to get my money. It's somebody who actually cares about me and about answering my questions. They actually care about helping. And so when you post and ghost, that's when people say, they're not actually interested in me. They don't actually care about helping me. They're just trying to make money. And of course, if that is what you are trying to do, if you are just trying to make money and you don't actually care, then I would probably recommend not doing this and maybe going into something else. I am a person who likes to help people, and I generally tend to attract people to me who want to work with me, who also want to help people. But if all you want to do is make money and make it fast, then passive income with digital products is really not for you. If you've been thinking about getting into passive income for a while, and you've been thinking about selling your very first digital product, but you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do, and you need a little bit of help, I'm actually taking on 5 people for free for a week to take you through step by step how to do this. If you are interested in applying for one of these spots to work with me for free for 5 days, then just click the link in the description below. It's the very first link, and fill out the form. If you are successful, I will be getting in contact with you. So how do you build a community that buys from you? Well, first of all, you need to define your niche. You need to actually have a niche that you are establishing yourself as an authority in. If you are just trying to sell anything to anyone, you're really not going to make many sales. I'd be surprised if you even make one, but you might do. So what you need is an actual niche, and you need to understand your target audience. Once you have your niche and target audience, you'll be able to define your message. You'll be able to clearly say what it is that you help people with. Confused people do not buy. If they're confused about what they're buying, if they're confused about what they're getting, or there's too many options, they're just not going to buy. But if you have a clearly defined niche, a clearly defined audience, then your messaging is also going to be clear, and then your buyers are going to be really clear on what it is that they are buying from you. You need a clear message that speaks to the right people, and that only happens when you have a clear niche and a clear audience. So if you are not sure about this yet, then here's a couple of questions that you can ask yourself. Number one, who am I helping? Number two, what problem am I helping them to solve? Start there, answer those two questions, and you'll be a lot closer to having a clear message. The next thing to do is to focus on two-way communication. If you are just pushing content out and just pushing it out and pushing it out and posting and ghosting, then all you're doing really is just talking at people. You're just talking at them, you're just making a load of noise, but you're not actually connecting with your audience. You're not building trust. So what you need to do is actually create conversations, not just content where you're talking at people. So how can you get better at this? Well, you can ask questions, you can answer comments, you can go live. Really, you just want to make your audience feel heard. You want to make them feel heard and seen. And the next thing you want to do is create a simple content and sales flow. So what does this look like? Well, it starts with you providing value to your audience. So this could be teaching them something, helping them with a problem, answering a question, something that helps to build the trust. The next thing to do is to then engage with your audience. So answer their comments, speak to them, like their comments, show them that they're being seen, that you are seeing them. That helps you to build a relationship with your audience. And then the next step is to sell. Once you've done those two things, then you can start selling and people will want to buy from you. There's no kind of sleazy sales tactics because these people already like you, they already trust you, they've already built a relationship with you. And now you're offering them the next step, which is to work with you in some capacity. And now, because they already trust you, they already have a relationship with you, now they're going to buy from you. Now let's talk about the number one biggest mistake that is killing your sales. Here it is. People treat their audience like an ATM. So what do I mean by that? Well, you only show up when you're selling. So the rest of the time you don't post or you don't bother or you don't answer comments. But as soon as you've got something to sell, you show up and you're doing all of the things. People aren't stupid. They can see when you're doing it. They see that you're quiet for days, weeks, months, and then all of a sudden, oh, I've got something to sell. I'm now going to start posting all of the time. People can see right through that and they're just going to get fed up of it. When you do this, you're actually causing your audience to lose trust in you. So make sure that you start by giving value first, that you are, remember that 80-20 rule, 80% of the time you're giving value, 20% of the time that you're selling, and you will have built up an audience who has trust in you, who are ready to buy from you. If you're ready to build a loyal community and make sales, join my free 5-day experience. I will take you through step by step how to sell your very first digital product and be on your way to having a successful passive income business. Just click the link below to get started. What's your biggest struggle when it comes to building an audience? Comment below, and remember, I always read and reply to every single comment. I'll see you in the next video.